Former Texas Congressman Dr. Ron Paul says this is what you get when the government gets involved. Dr. Paul, welcome back to the program. Good to see you again, sir.
Thank you, Stuart. Good to be with you.
Does this Obamacare fiasco spell the end of activist government, you think?
I wish, but no, there's a lot of diehards up there. There'll be excuses made, and the politicians will spin it a certain way, but it'll eventually end because it's such a disaster. I mean, this is a sign that the delivery of health care will even be worse than signing up for the health care. So, and it's a tax in many ways because the insurance policies have gone up. But the big thing that they've never asked and never talk about is, you know, the government's supposed to be involved in contracts and having policies. One is to guarantee the policy, and you can't cancel it. But here the government gets involved, and all of a sudden the insurance companies can cancel you willy-nilly. The insurance companies thought they were going to get a big deal because they were going to get a lot more customers. But then they had mandates. They had to put certain things on, and it's skyrocketing. I think the cost of medical care, when it's all added up in a year or two, it's going to be huge. It's going to be like a tax, and the quality of care and what people are going to get. Everybody tells me, yep, they're canceling me, they're charging me more, I'm getting less, and they're furious. It's going to be the biggest political issue in the whole next year, or this year, in this year's campaign.
But we can't get rid of it in the near term. It cannot be reversed for some time to come. The question is it so entrenched that you really cannot repeal it totally and get rid of it completely?
No, you're not going to get rid of it. You're right about that. They're going to limp along. If Republicans win in the fall, they may tamper it a bit and tinker with it and change it a bit. But the only way it's going to disappear quickly is if it totally self-destructs, which is conceivable. Everybody just quit because they're getting nowhere with it, and they just opt out. Today, even if you're of modest income, if you go to a doctor and say, hey, look, all I want to do is pay you cash, and give me some services. Believe me, it's very, very cheap. The one problem is that if they do it, they might be breaking some federal law. You know, if they're dealing with the government in any way, and they come in, if somebody comes in and said, well, this $500 procedure, that it costs that much, I'll do it for $100, the doctor can get in trouble with that and be penalized and convicted of a crime. But one day, it's going to be so bad, people are just going to opt out on their own. What we need to do is change the Congress and allow people to get out of this monstrosity as soon as they want.
Do you think there's a direct relationship between the new taxes on healthcare premiums, on plans themselves, and the spike on insurance itself, and the spike in premiums that we're seeing? Is there a relationship between the two?
Oh, yeah, I think so. And I think the insurance companies sort of had a quid pro quo that they could raise these fees. I think it's all a tax. Whether the insurance company raises their fees or there's a tax directly from the government, it's all a tax. And if you talk about inflation, as you know, medical care is a significant percentage of our cost of living, and it's going to go up hugely. So we have inflationary costs and quality going down and people angry, and all we need to do is the right to opt out and have a little bit of competition.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Congressman Ron Paul, sorry I'm out of time. Love to talk to you all day on this one. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Good to see you again.